Hey guys, so I wanted to share with you a few things that I picked up from the Sephora VIB sale, and I also treated myself to another goodie because it's been a rough one, you guys. It's been rough. So first and foremost, I'm supposed to be on a no buy from April to July with my mom. So I wasn't going to go crazy on the Sephora VIB sale. She does not know I participated. For all she knows is that I have not been shopping at all because that was the deal. However, I mean, technically, like, I didn't go crazy. I also wanted to talk to you guys. This is my first time, like, actually coming on camera since I came back from Costa Rica because I don't want to call it the trip from hell, but that trip was a 3 out of 10 for me overall because it was just bad, like on my end, like what happened to me, like it was just bad, like from the beginning and then how it ended, but it had its great highlights. So I'm just going to focus on the fact that I really got to spend time with the girls from college. I got time to bond with my other homegirl and her family and her stepson and her husband and her daughter and sister. So I had a lot of bonding time. I didn't get to relax as much as I thought I would. And the event itself, I didn't think it was going to be the way that it ended up, but I am learning in this phase of my life not to project my expectations onto people just because I would do things a certain way because I think of someone a certain way doesn't mean everyone else thinks the same way you do. And you got to accept that and just understand your role in people's lives. So I understood after that trip my role in this person's life, and I'm okay with it. It took me a while, but I've accepted and I'm cool with it. All right, so let me take another sip of my wine. Oh, I love Pinot Grigio on a hot day. Like, if anyone's interested, because I love this lip combo, this is NARS. These are, I love these, the soft matte or the velvet matte lip pencils. So I used Lonely Heart, the dark brown, around my lips. And then I filled in with Bondage. And I love this. This is giving me all the good Mary J. Blige circa 1997 vibes. Like, I love it. Actually, I'm thinking I gotta get a new ID, the real ID. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll do like a look like this, glowy skin with 90s lips. So it looks, you know how you gotta stick your neck out in the photo, like it feels awkward, but it hides the double chin. And I feel like this would look good. See the difference? See, the chin's hiding, but I look awkward, but you won't like picture it, right? Right? No? Fine. Speaking of that trip, so the first thing that went wrong, I just wanted crochet faux locks. And what I got is, first of all, taking it out, I snipped a whole portion of my hair. And secondly, my edges are already very fine and very sparse naturally. So like when you do my hair, they are holding on by a thread. And if holding on by a thread was not the theme of this braiding salon's business model, I don't know what is. She was 2 hours late to her appointment, proceeded to jam pack almost 4 packs of hair into my head, left me with like a lion's mane crown thing that was so lumpy at the top because she put all this bulk up here. It looked stupid when it was down. I couldn't even put it up into a ponytail. Then when I told her like it's too much hair in it, she proceeded to like take it out with an attitude. So my head's going back and forth. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to get on a flight. I'm going to ask my friends to take it out. And I knew like there was the bride stylist. She was going to be there. Her play cousin, she does hair on the side, so she was going to be there. Her other friend who also can do hair, she was going to be there. And her cousin's sister was also going to be there. And I'm like, I'm around good people. Like, I have good people in my life. I'll let them do that because they're not going to rip my head out. I've had enough. Like, I let her keep the money. And then when I came back, I emailed her the owner, and the owner responded to me. The first line of the response was, "So what do you want me to do about it?" And I said, "Enough said." We went back and forth, and I had to really talk to myself and tell myself, you have to remember, people with a bad attitude, they don't have longevity. Keep positive, your hair will grow back. You don't have dermatitis. She didn't give you anything. You're healthy, you're happy, you'll be good. Whatever is going on in that braider's life that she thought it was okay to show up to the appointment 2 hours late and to do me dirty like that, she's going to have to figure it out. But it took me a while to get to that. And I'm saying that because I'm very self-conscious about what's going on here. But listen, life has to go on. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I am a press-on lover, but I do not like this brand. And the reason why I don't like this brand is because their sizing is weird. Like, maybe my hands are weird. I know I have big hands, like I should have played basketball. Like, look at my head and look at my hands. It's not anything I like my hands. Like, you're not gonna make me feel bad about it. And let me tell you, these hands, they got me through some things. But like, that braider was about to catch them. But the sizing is weird because sometimes you can kind of fit another one in case one pops off or you lose one, so you save the pack. Or maybe you can like do 2 sets out of 1 pack. I guess Kiss has me spoiled because these were like, for your little $10 from Sally's, you are getting 1 use. Let me hydrate. I love NARS. I love these because they're so comfortable and you really could do a nice ombre and you don't have to think about it. I remember the first thing that I was obsessed with NARS was the Laguna bronzer. I wasn't using a bronzer in a traditional sense where you would bronze the outside of your skin. Like, if you notice here, I have a bronzer on just to warm up and kind of like camouflage my big forehead. Don't do me like that. You know it's big, but like, you know it's big, but it doesn't look so like alien-like. Or maybe I'm in denial because of the wine. Whatever. But I used to use Laguna all over my face because it gave me that like shimmer, that highlight. So my skin was looking really glowy. So I used to use Laguna all the time. And people used to be like, you use Laguna? Like, how is that bronzer showing up on you? And I'm like, bronzer? I was using it as a powder. Go figure. Anyway, they had this, the Orgasm Multiple. I used to use that on my lip. Actually, I gotta try that again. I think I have a multiple sample in Orgasm. I used to use the multiple. I used to do chestnut lip liner with NARS's Orgasm Multiple. You know, the stick that you can use it on your cheeks and you can use it on your lips. Multiple uses. That's why it was called the multiple. I don't even know if they called it the multiple. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I used to put that on my lips, line it with a brown lip liner, chestnut or NYX's brown lip liner, you know, whichever one I had, and top it off with Max Clear Lip Glass because, you know, it was sticky and thick. And that was like the prettiest lip color. I got a lip combo. I got to try that again and come back to you. Anyway, you know, when you put on some fresh press-ons or you get your nails done, you want to talk with your hands because you're just like, oh, I don't have my man hands because my hands be looking like Shaq's hands. Speaking of this, I love this stuff. I got this back in January, I believe. The Creme Apricot from Dior. It comes in this packaging. Melting. I got to be careful. The Sally Hansen version of this is cool, but it really doesn't moisturize as well as this does. This is really good. But I do like the Sally Hansen oil. The problem is when I wear press-ons or even when I used to get the hard gel, the oil would seep into the nail and break down the adhesive. So I do like this. It's just a little runny. It's sticky. It's balmy, but it has a light fragrance, nothing crazy. Doesn't. Back to Sephora because I don't want to talk for too long, even though I've been talking for 15 minutes. This is one of the things that I was like, I knew I had to get that. Obviously, I'm a fragrance junkie. You can tell that. Your girl loves to smell good. I pretty much have every fragrance in here except for this one and this one. And after smelling them, I'm not interested. I love the Burberry. When this came out last year, came out right before my birthday, the Burberry Goddess. I love that fragrance. That's like an everyday fragrance for me. Can I make a confession? I collect these, and I don't know why, because it's not that Good Girl doesn't smell good. It's fine. It's fine. Here's the problem. One of my coworkers, she had the Good Girl hairspray, and I guess her boyfriend bought her the regular Good Girl, and all the Good Girls have the same DNA. This is blush, which is a little lighter. It's pretty, but it still has that baseline DNA. This coworker, she's one of those people that she drowns herself in her fragrance. So it's like very cloying. She likes fragrance, but she also smokes. So anytime a smoker gets onto a fragrance that I like, it's no fault of their own, but it completely kills her for me. And ever since she started wearing Carolina Good Girl, I cannot, like, I will not spray one of them. And I can never get enough of miniature versions of perfumes that the miniature looks like the perfume bottle. I love that. Why I got this is because it's $90. This is a non-refundable item. It's $90, but with the sale it ended up being $76. You get a full size at no extra cost. What I wanted was a full size of the original Juliet Has a Gun in stock in the store, but they did order it and it got to my house. So I love this as like my secret elixir to like make fragrances smell a little bit different on me. Again, Shayna put this on to me. I have the Magnolia. That one smells really good, but I started layering because this is like a skin essence scent. I started layering this with other scents like the Gucci Bloom to create like a custom scent for myself. And I love it. So Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. I feel like if you are sensitive to scents and you get headaches easily, you would like this line by itself. But if you want to like customize your fragrances, or if you have like a perfume that you're like, it smells good, but I don't know if it's for me, like how I feel about Gucci Bloom, or probably it'll work really well with the Fleur. Then I picked up the Seven Virtues Amber Vanilla because it's beautiful. And I'm a big fan of this brand. So had to pick this up. I love how just, their packaging. Can I talk about packaging really quick? Sephora, I forgive you because like, whatever. You would assume, I get it. She's beautiful. I am a fan of hers. Jackie Aina's fragrances, I smelled 2 of them in the store, and the girl immediately was like, oh, because I came in and she's like, oh, is there something I can help you with? And I was like, oh, I'm just grabbing my fragrances. Meaning I was going to go pick up my order because I do online pickup, in-store pickup, which we'll talk about in a second. And she's like, oh my gosh, the Jackie Aina, we're completely sold out. We don't have any. And in my head, I'm like, Heifer, why did you assume that I was coming in here for that? Like, I wasn't. I didn't even know about the drop, but I knew she was coming out with a fragrance, but I didn't do any research on it. Like I said, love her, but like I'm not like one of those people that stands anyone. So I saw the bottle and I immediately thought of like, you remember the $3, $5 dollar stores, like before Dollar Tree, like the dollar store classics? The bottles look like something from one of those. Like I know they're supposed to be in the shape of diamonds, but I don't love the packaging. Actually, I hate the packaging of her fragrances. Like, I don't know. Like I'll look at something like this and I'm like, this is cute. Like just square, simple top. Fragrance smells so good. And like simple label, right? Then I'll look at this and I'm like, simple, square, cool. Then I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, so cute. I'm talking about the full sizes, but these are miniatures. I'll even look at this and be like, simple. Like it resonates the brand to me. When I saw the bottles or, the Nest, nothing like extravagant. When I saw the bottles for it, I was just like, how are the candles so pretty? And these are giving you got the same packaging manufacturer as Kayali, but you didn't want to use Mona's design, and they really only had that, and that's what you guys drew up. I looked at it and I was like, for what I see Jackie Aina like having in her home, and like what I've seen like in her shorts videos and even her videos, like I don't see those bottles on her vanity. Like her Forever Mood candles, the packaging on those are on point. Even though I never bought one of the candles because I still haven't smelled one on Cold Sniff that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. But you know, each time she drops, I still go and smell one. But it's just kind of like, I don't see it. It's like I smelled it and smelled good, but I'm just like, meh. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, this is what I said I needed. Currently, this is a product that I've been using for years. I remember when I always worked at a particular department store during the holiday season for extra money because I'm about my bag. But that particular department store redid like their cosmetic department throughout the years or whatever. So they started carrying this brand, which I can't wait to go to France. I don't want to go to Paris per se, but I want to go to France. Like I want to go to the French countryside, but be able to stop in a pharmacy, a French pharmacy in Paris. But I love this brand called Ali. And this beauty elixir he put me onto, like he would just tell me to come over and like refresh my skin because I would be working from like 7 a.m. till about 4 p.m. And then I would leave my day job and then go to that job. And then like, even when I was a bartender, he would come in and he would like spray my face. And I realized how good my skin was looking. And I said, it's that stuff. It's that stuff. Whatever this rose water is, I don't know, I'm paying $50 for rose water. I'm fine with it. I started paying $20 for cotton rounds when I used to only pay $1 because during COVID, we'll talk about that another time. Anyway, it smells so good to me. Like it smells like what I imagine an apothecary. I don't know. Okay. I just know my skin likes it. After I wash my face and I use my toner, yes, I use a toner. Sometimes I use a moisturizing toner and sometimes I use an astringent type toner. Like I cycle my skin. But I just know as soon as I spray this on, I'm able to do like my whole thing because I'm one of those people that like I wipe down, like I sanitize my bathroom every day. So while like my skincare products are kind of like sinking in, I do that wipe down, but like I can wipe down like the sink with this on and my skin doesn't feel like super dry, which I can appreciate because I used to have oily skin, and then with allergy medicines and steroids, which blew me up even further, but dried out my skin, it got pretty dry. But with that being said, of course, because the girls kept mentioning this, I picked up the grape water, which was so funny because when I tried it, I'm like, this reminds me of something. It feels wonderful, but it reminds me of the classic Evian. And this one, I believe I picked up in good old TJ Maxx. And I stopped using this. See how I just wet up my face? I stopped using this. Fun story. So this guy that I was like so in love with that did not deserve my love in hindsight. When I say I was in love with this kid, like he had a chokehold on me from when I was still living with my mom in my 20s. I would sneak him in, and because I didn't want him to like make so much noise, after we were done, I would use this with a rag. I would spray his private area and like wipe him down. And this was like, he was like, yo, that is like the best stuff. It was so refreshing. And now that I want to say in like the course of like 7 or 8 months, I noticed there was a difference in the texture of his skin there. And I knew it was this. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to make sure I use that stuff on my face because I don't know what it is, because Evian is just mineral water, but I think it was like the moisturizing process because no one really puts moisture. Well, now we use fur oil and things like that, but think about it, like, and he was a hood dude, like, that's why he was a hood dude. So that was like, you know, he wasn't into all that. Like, he's not gonna put fur oil. Maybe nowadays, like these new age hood dudes are different, but we had the long white tee dudes with the big, we were the big, stupid, faux diamond earrings. Like, we were the Soldier Boy era people, and I'm embarrassed every day, every time I think about it. Anyway, so I stopped using it because, like, every time I would pick this up, I would think of him, but this stuff actually works. Like, over time, it changes the texture of your skin. So when I saw that Caudalie had one, I said, we're going to try that, but I can get this stuff for $9. This was $20, and even though I have to say it's $20 well spent, I know this works. So, you know, whatever. I also picked up a little something because it's about to be summertime. And like, I love Max Turquatic. I always take that on vacation because it's not too expensive and it just smells great. That's what I had on in Costa Rica. It smells great with suntan lotion, sunscreen, all of that stuff. It's not, you know, it does well, but Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill. I already like opened it, but this is how the packaging looks. Who cares? The only thing I ever keep are I always keep my Louis Vuitton and Dior fragrances in this because I feel like it makes it last longer, but this is how it looks. And this fragrance, I know everybody loves a Très Bread. I can't remember the rose one. But this is a unisex fragrance. And it smells so good. Let me tell you something about me. I am not pressed to get married or like, I don't want to have kids. Like, the older I get, the further away I'm just like, nah. I thought I was going to change my mind by now. Like, I thought like being in my 30s, I was going to be like, I want to have a baby. The older I get, the more I'm like, nah, fam. But anyway, in my mind, I have noticed like sometimes when I buy like designer fragrance, I've been leaning more towards like unisex fragrances because in my mind, like Killian's Apple Brandy, I'm saying to myself, my future husband or my future Mr. Wonderful, he'll be into the same fragrances. So like I would spray that on me and I would be bringing out the feminine sweetness, and then he would spray it on him and it'll bring out the masculine side of it. And then, you know, when we're together and we're hugging and making love, it would just be this wonderful, the things that go on in my mind. But these hoes out here, it has not happened. And I'm fine with it. I'm genuinely a happy person. Don't let my little rants fool you. But anyway, that is all, you guys. You'll see more of me. I hope you guys will enjoy my shorts that I'll be posting every day in May. I think I know what I'm going to call it, but I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to say I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to do it because it's going to be all short form content, which I can get done. But it's really for my self-care and my mental health, like not, because I love filming content. I really do. It's fun. I like interacting with you guys. And I'm like, 50 people consistently watch my videos. And they've been the same people that have been watching my videos forever. And I love you guys. And I appreciate you. All right. Let me go tidy up my house and get myself together. Guys, bye.